You didn't choose this life. Not really. You chose what you were told was safe, what looked stable, what wouldn't raise questions at Thanksgiving. The college, the job, the apartment with gray carpet and a view of the other building's wall. The daily routine that feels like it was copy-pasted from someone else's calendar. And now, you wake up to an alarm that makes your chest tighten. You sit in meetings that feel like background noise to your real life, if you could remember what that even was. You laugh at jokes you don't think are funny. You nod in agreement because it's easier than explaining what you really think. And when it's finally quiet, when the calls end and the laptop closes, you feel it. That weight. Like something's wrong, but nothing's broken. You're not falling apart. You're just flatlining. Not depressed, not inspired, just stuck on autopilot, smiling on schedule, clapping at the right time, swallowing the same Thursday night takeout, wondering where the hell the week went. But here's the truth. You didn't build this life. You accepted it. You were handed a template by people who stopped dreaming and called it adulthood. And you bought it because you were tired, because they looked sure, because no one told you you could say no. That feeling you can't name, it's not confusion, it's recognition. You're waking up, go to school, get the grades, pick a college. Anyone will do as long as it sounds impressive on a hoodie. Then pick a major you can explain to your parents without making them nervous. Graduate, smile in the pictures, send out resumes that sound like everyone else's. Get the job. Call it a career, even if it feels more like a contract you didn't read. Learn how to stay quiet in meetings, not on cue, choke on the words you wanted to say. Buy things, nice things, things you don't need but prove you're doing okay. A couch, a car, an apartment that looks just like your coworkers, except your microwave is on the left. Cling to the weekends like they're proof you're alive. Drink, scroll, repeat, then call it life. That's the path they gave you. It's not personal. It's not malicious. It's mass-produced. They hand it out like coupons. Follow this and you'll be safe. Follow this and you'll be successful. But here's what they don't say. That path wasn't made for your fulfillment. It was made for your compliance. Safe means predictable. Predictable means manageable. And manageable means profitable. You weren't raised to build. You were trained to obey. You were sold a dream with no exit strategy, because exits require risk, and risk isn't scalable. The scariest part, most people never even look up. They decorate the loop, they defend it, they shame you for questioning it. Because if you wake up, they have to too. So they stay plugged in and call it normal. You're not lazy, you're exhausted, but not in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. You're tired of pretending this is what you wanted. You're tired of the fake smiles and fake urgency. You're tired of waking up with nothing to look forward to except the part where the day ends. That's not laziness. That's erosion. You were meant to grow, to build, to create something that matters to you. But instead, you're stuck repeating the same loop, the same conversations, the same 12 browser tabs, and 18 unread emails. You trade your time for money, then your money for dopamine, then your dopamine for distraction. You don't even know what you enjoy anymore, only what makes the clock move faster. This is what burnout really looks like. Not loud, not dramatic, just a slow numbness spreading through your decisions. You keep showing up, but less of you arrives each time, and they'll tell you to take a vacation, as if 3 days away from your cage will somehow erase the fact that you built your life inside one. You don't need more rest. You need to stop lying. To yourself, you're not just tired. You're disconnected from purpose, from clarity, from your own damn voice. You wake up and your first thought isn't, what am I creating? It's, what do I have to get through? That's not ambition, that's survival. And the worst part, it's so common, nobody questions it. This ... is the slow burn. Comfort is the most profitable drug in the world, not alcohol, not pills. not junk food, comfort. Because once you feel just okay enough, you stop changing, you stop questioning, you stop risking, you stop moving. You tell yourself, it's not that bad. But that's not a truth. It's a sedative. Your job, not fulfilling, but it's stable. Your relationship, not aligned, but it's familiar. Your routine, not exciting, but it's predictable. And comfort whispers, this is good enough. But good enough is where ambition goes to die. It's where clarity gets foggy. It's where 10 years disappear. You don't notice it at first because it comes in soft. Comfort is the scroll you didn't need, the extra hour of sleep that left you groggy, the food that makes you feel full but never nourished, the people who never challenge you but never leave. Comfort says, why push? Why try? Why risk being uncomfortable when this feels fine? But here's the truth. Comfort and growth do not live in the same room. The more you seek comfort, the more you trade your power for convenience. The more you avoid discomfort, the more you outsource your potential to people who don't care if you ever level up. This is why people stay broke. This is why people stay stuck. Not because they're incapable, but because they've made peace with the prison. They've decorated it, posted it on Instagram, called it balance. Comfort is easy, it's cheap, it's safe, and it's killing you slower than any poison ever could. You weren't meant to fit in. You were meant to build. You've spent years trying to belong to systems that were never built for your joy. Trying to be digestible, professional, palatable. You were never supposed to succeed there. You were supposed to wake up. They gave you a life. You're allowed to give it back. You don't need to burn it all down overnight. You just need to stop pretending this is enough. And then you build. Quietly, deliberately, ruthlessly. No applause, no roadmap. Just you and your discomfort. That's how it starts. Not by quitting your job tomorrow, but by asking, what's the one thing I can't die without doing? And then carving 1 hour a day to do it, no matter what it costs. You reclaim your life like you would reclaim stolen money. Aggressively, strategically, without waiting for permission. You start to audit, not just your goals, but your beliefs. Where did they come from? Who benefits from you staying where you are? You find one lie you were raised to believe and drop it. Just one. Maybe it's security is more important than freedom. Maybe it's don't make things awkward. Maybe it's who am I to want more? Drop it. Then watch how much room it leaves behind. Room for clarity, room for motion, room to stop surviving and start designing. Because you weren't born to fill out forms and collect pay stubs. You were born to create something no one else could build. Because no one else is you. You're not failing. You're following routines that weren't made for your mind. Following advice from people who never left the safety net. Following rules that don't lead anywhere but slow regret. And deep down, you know it. You don't need another journal. You don't need another productivity app. You don't need more to-do lists color-coded by urgency. You need a line in the sand because this life you've been handed will keep you just comfortable enough to forget you're suffocating. And one day, if you're not careful, you'll wake up at 50 with a resume full of titles and a soul full of noise and a silence that no achievement can fill. You'll ask yourself, how did I get here? The answer? One small compromise at a time. You kept saying yes when you meant no. You kept showing up for things you didn't believe in. You kept trading your time for things you didn't even want, but it doesn't have to end that way. You can reset right now, not with motivation, with motion, not with hope, with clarity, not with a plan, with a decision. No more asking permission to be who you are. No more building someone else's dream because they sold you fear in a tie. No more sleepwalking through a life that looks successful and feels like silence. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are just waking up. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop apologizing for wanting more, that's when the build begins. Welcome to the real start.